I admit this isn't a feature that I use very often in Git, but I thought I would make a video about this because I think it highlights a very important and interesting option that many people might not really know about, and that is the merge option that can be used together with git reset. I think the best way to understand this is to see an example, because there are other git related concepts that we need to mention, and one of them is org head, and we'll see what it exactly does. So let's jump into a small example. So I have an empty repo now. I forgot to create it beforehand, and what I want to do now is to create two files. Let's see, these two, and now let's add some content to them. This is the A file, and let's copy this one and paste it into B file. Alright, let's also change this to B. Now let's add them into staging and create a commit. Let's call it commit 1. Now let's create a feature branch in order to then merge them, because this merge command, as this merge option, as you might have guessed, it has to do with a merge. Alright, now let's create that branch. Let's call it awesome fit. Okay, now let's modify, let's say, the B file. Edited. Let's add this in a commit. Let's call it fit1. Now this is how this feature branch looks like. Let's go back now to the main branch or master branch, whatever. Okay, now let's simulate the following use case. Let's say that at this point we want to merge the feature branch into master branch. In order to do that, we can do git merge fit awesome fit, and by doing that, now we can see the changes from the feature branch in our main branch. Now let's say that now I go into the A file and I add something here. Let's say A edited in master branch. Now let's see what would happen if right now I decide that I want to revert that merge. I don't want that merge branch, that feature branch, to be part of this branch, of this master branch anymore. So what one might do in that case, because at this point we also have the feature branch in our local repo. So what one might do is to perform the git reset with the hard option specified. But if we do that, then what this means is that we're going to lose all the current changes that we've done so far, including this one. Because let's suppose that this file has 1000 lines and we've added some bunch of code, and we wouldn't like to lose all of it. So by doing a hard reset, we're going to lose everything. Now a small question arises, and that is, how do we know which commit was before we merged? Of course, because this is a very small repo, we can simply look at the logs and see that this was the commit before fit. But this might not be a very common scenario. This is a bit of a contrived example. So what we can use, there is the concept I was mentioning earlier. It is org head, and what it does is it also says in the documentation that it's created by commands that move your head in a drastic way. I suppose this would be a merge, at least a merge, to record the position of the head before their operation, so that you can easily change the tip of the branch back to the state before you ran them. So my intuition now and back then in March 17 was that orig head will point to the commit to the head of the master branch before we perform the merge. So by logging orig head, we should see commit 1, or rather the first commit, and we indeed see that. Now what we can do, let's see first what would happen if we were to perform the reset with the hard option. So git reset hard, and now we know the commit that was before the merge, and it would be this one. If we do that, then this line will disappear, or rather it will come back to the initial state before it was modified. And this is what happened. But again, we wouldn't like to do that because we want to keep our changes, because we worked a lot in that file. Now let's go back to the previous state, not here, here. So let's perform the merge again. Fit, awesome fit. I hope this, okay, it's all fine with this file. All right, now we have merged the feature branch, and now let's see the merge option in action. So I'm going to go back to a file, and I'm going to add some changes. Sorry, edited from master branch. Now let's also check that orig head points to the right commit, and it does. Now let's perform that reset command with the merge option to see and to check that this change will remain. So git reset. So once again, the use case is that we no longer want that feature branch in our main branch. We might want to merge it later, but at this point we don't want it. So I will use the merge option with the orig head specified. And as you can see, the changes still remain here. But if we take a look at the logs of this branch, we can see that it only has commit 1. So these changes are here as if we didn't even merge the feature branch into master. And one very important thing to mention is that if we were to make a commit with this change and then perform the same command, then this change would be gone as well. My intuition to that is because once you make a commit, let's say that we had committed this this change, it would be part of the master branch, and as a result, it would become the head commit of the master branch. Now, if you take a look at the merge option, it says that updates the files in the working tree that are different between commit, in this case it would be orig head, and head. And as we have specified, that head would contain the changes in this A file. So by reading this, those changes would be reverted as well, and we don't want that. And it also says that it keeps those which are different between the index and working tree. Although based on my understanding, index would be the staging area, meaning that I would add it here. I think it also works like this, because it basically, I'm altering only the working tree, and it seems to look fine. Yeah, so working tree between commit and head. Yeah. All right, so just a quick summary. If we want to revert the merge but keep the files, the modified files, or even the untracked files, I haven't tried that yet, but if you want to keep the files which haven't been included at all in a merge operation, then you can use the git reset merge with the merge option. So this would be the command. And you can always be sure that after a merge, oric head will point to the commit that existed before performing the merge operation. Alright, I guess this would be it for this video, and I will see you in the next one.